Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to talk about discerning the difference between the good shepherd and the false shepherds. John writes this in John chapter 10, beginning in verse 31. The Jews picked up stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, I have shown you many good works from the Father. For which of them are you going to stone me? The Jews answer him, It is not for a good work that we are going to stone you, but for blasphemy, because you, being a man, make yourself God. In 1942, C.S. Lewis said this, You can shut Jesus up for a fool. You can spit at him and kill him as a demon, or you can fall at his feet like Peter in the boat overfilled with fish and call him Lord and God. He must be either liar or lunatic or the Lord. The difference between Jesus, the good shepherd, and the religious leaders of his time, those false shepherds, it was night and day. Ezekiel 34 describes the legacy of the religious leaders as being thieves, robbers, and hirelings, whereas Jesus comes in through the door. Why? Because he is known by the doorkeeper. He speaks gently, and his voice brings reassuring comfort to his flock. You see, he is present. He is providing. He's protecting. He is placing his own life between his flock and whatever may threaten. They hear his voice. They know his voice, and they immediately follow. He demonstrates his intimate knowledge of them as one by one. He calls out their names, and he does not round them up to drive them, but rather he walks among them to lead. Unlike the false shepherds in his presence, who rather than care for the man born blind, find ways to make his existence even more miserable. When his sight was given to him, they didn't rejoice. They didn't welcome him, but rather became hostile and drove him away. They literally cast him out of the temple. But Jesus, the good shepherd, heard and sought him out. And he who was blind was given 20/20 vision. He opened his ears to recognize the voice of his shepherd. He spoke the one who had once been blind, but now could see. Immediately, he believed and followed him. He promised them life, true life, a full life, and the security of true freedom. But those who hated him saw to it that he would die. But even as this good shepherd was dying, he held those that he loved securely. Even death could not take them out of the security of his hand. His grip was unbreakable, and his Father, who was even stronger, would clamp his hand over the hands of his Son. His sheep would forever be secure. They would forever live. And then, like striking a match across the surface of the flint, Jesus lit a murderous flame. I and the Father are one. As they had done earlier in that same week, the Jews picked up stones again to stone him. You see, as his haters dipped back into their Old Testament law to justify their murderous attempt by labeling him guilty of blasphemy, Jesus went to that same law, and he put before them two validating witnesses in his defense. The now divided crowd of leaders argued, These are not the words of one who is oppressed by a demon. Or again, I have shown you many good works from the Father. For which of these are you going to stone me? Two witnesses required by the law were brought to his defense, his words and his works. Nothing he had said and nothing he had done had taken place in secret. All his life was lived under the scrutiny of those who despised him. As evidence of his innocence, he simply challenged them to explain away the works that they had seen him do. Many other signs Jesus did, which are not written in this book, but these have been written so that you might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, that believe you might have life in his name. That's what John said in John chapter 20. So now you have to decide for yourself. Is he a liar? Is he a lunatic? Or could he be the Lord? Who do you say that he is? That question determines everything.